The kettlebell swing. Let's talk about the most basic but most important kettlebell exercise we have, the kettlebell swing. I will give you an idea of where we want to end up today, and then I help you to progress there. Have a look. The kettlebell swing. Very important. I want you to understand that the kettlebell is a hip dominant movement. That means all the magic is happening by extending your hip. A squat is a knee dominant movement. Everyone can see the difference. Hip dominant, knee dominant. So much, so good. Now, first thing I want you to do, I want you to start right over the kettlebell, feet more or less under your shoulders, just enough space so the kettlebell can pass through your legs. You grab the kettlebell with your fingers and you imagine that your arms are like chains, just connecting the kettlebell to your upper body. You cannot pull with those arms, with those chains. They just hang loose. So follow me, you pick them up. From here, you sit back, stand up. Sit back, stand up. Now we're doing what I call a belly button swing. That means the kettlebell just comes to belly button level and you're focusing on loose arms, right? I'm not using my arms to lift. Belly button swing. Loose arms. Sit, stand up. Sit, stand up. Sit, stand up. Practice this for a little bit, and the more comfortable you feel, the more I want you to swing higher towards sternum level. I feel comfortable all the way up to chest level, and I come lower on the way down. Okay? For me, it really doesn't matter how high you swing the kettlebell or how low you come on the way down. The higher, the lower, the more advanced. But the two things I want you to focus on is, as I mentioned, loose arms, no lifting, no pulling. Number one. And number two is that everything happens through a full knee extension. The top of the swing is it's here, here, or up there. Knees fully extended, hips fully extended. I have a straight neutral spine. I don't want to see this on top. Just stay straight and strong. Arms somewhere between belly button and chest level. Okay? Now, we got the first point down, which is loose arms. Now I want to give you a setup. I mentioned before, place your feet just right outside the kettlebell, not further than shoulder width apart. A universal setup for today looks like this. After you start over the kettlebell, you step back, good 30 centimeters. I want you to sit back, lean forward. I'm like a ski jumper right now. I reach for the kettlebell, slightly tilted, pull back, stand up, 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 up. How to return the kettlebell? The cue is swing and sit. I swing and sit. One more time. I come up and I swing back and sit forward. Yeah, you always want to make sure the kettlebell comes to the ground with control. I'm not dropping straight down. I'm not letting it fall to the back. Key is swing, sit. That is the cue, what you say in your head. Good. Back to the kettlebell swing. We got our universal setup. We got loose arms. Now I want you to see where the kettlebell is passing my legs. It's passing my legs on knee level or higher. Step back, sit back, lean forward, grab the kettlebell, hike back. I swing up. Maybe on chest level, maybe a little higher. Now you can see the kettlebell comes through my legs on knee level. Let me show you a bad one. Everyone can see right now that this is a weak position. Yeah? You want to be here. How to do this? When the kettlebell comes up, right before it comes down, we do what I call an active return of the kettlebell. So I want you to actively close this arm-torso angle here. You can see my hip is still straight. I actively close the arm-torso angle, push back, and I look for contact, forearm, inside thigh, right here. I connect, connect. I push back, open my hip, stand back up. Active return of the kettlebell. I close, I look for contact, forearm, inside thigh. Come as low as I feel good. Open my hip, open that arm-torso angle. Close the arm-torso angle, close the hip, contact inside thigh. Open my hip, open the arm-torso angle. Let me show you that again. Step back, sit back, lean forward. I hike back, I come up, I touch the inside of my thigh. I do 2 more good swings, 1, 2, and now I will do a bad one. I'm closing the hip and the arm-torso angle at the same time, and you can see how deep the kettlebell falls, far below my knee, right? I'm doing this. That means I'm closing this angle and this angle at the same time, and the kettlebell falls straight down. You don't want to do this. A good method for you, where you could fix and support the knee, the kettlebell on knee level, is you take a water bottle, or in this case I found some tissues between your legs, and if I'm swinging and I'm on knee level, I'm not hitting that object. Now I'm getting some feedback if I start squatting on the way down. Okay? Let me bring it all together. First thing I want you to practice is the belly button swing. You start over the kettlebell, step up, loose arms, sit and stand. I really don't mind how high you swing. Just make sure the arms do nothing. Just a knee and hip extension. The bottom of the kettlebell is pointing straight forward. When I lift, it's pointing down, exactly. Number 1, loose arms. Setup, when you feel good with loose arms, at the setup allows you to bring the kettlebell right away a little higher. An easy breathing rhythm here would be exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. So like this. The third point of performance was active return of the kettlebell. I'm closing the arm-torso angle first, from top to bottom, and I'm looking for contact, forearm, inside thigh, open the hip, open the arm. Close the arm-torso angle, contact inside thigh with my forearm, and come back up. A lot of details. Most important thing is feel good, stay safe. If for your kettlebell training you just give me the belly button swing, that is more than fine. We train your posterior chain, we have that knee and hip extension, and with reps and experience I will get you at one point to this swing. Just remember, bringing the kettlebell back down is swing and sit. Don't just let it drop. So much to swing the kettlebell in my series Meet the Kettlebell. Those are the basics. If you follow the basics, you will stay safe and you will make great improvements in your training. Let's move on to the kettlebell clean.